What's up YouTube? We are back to the next game of my YouTube series. Today we're diving into mountain clearing. I thought it's time to cover the map. The map just jumped into the ranked map pool, so I think it's important to cover the map at least once to give you some information about what to do and yeah, to talk about the map overall. So we have Archivasum on the Chinese versus Power Zack on the Mongols on the other side of the map. So mountain clearing is by far the smallest map. We can see the sides are rocked. There's like no entrance, no resources. So the map is overall really small. Like 30% of the map is just missing and there's only wood on the outside. And the overall resources on this map are not too high. We can see we have like two big golds on each side of the map. We have another small. So overall there's less gold, there's less stone. And yeah, it's just probably the fastest map to end games. There's also only one sacred site, so it's like King of the Hill, but without hills. Yeah. So the important part is probably to play around sacred site. That's probably the best win condition you have here. So we have the China. We can already see Chinese going up with a barracks. On the other side, the Mongol player has his Uwu ready, is gathering some wood, probably going for that barracks here in just a second, and probably trying to get some Dark Age spearmen out on the map and try to put some pressure. On the other side, the China player has a barracks himself, so he's aware of the fact, okay, I don't want to get tower rush because there's like no way I can escape. Like if I'm getting towered here and here, like where am I supposed to go? All my resources are kind of forward. I need to defend myself, so he realized that he has a barracks himself, not making any units so far, but he has it just as a backup. We can see it now. Power Zack is going with his own barracks. On the Uwu, that means he is utilizing his double production with the gathered stone already. So he should be able to make a lot of spearmen here in just a second. And right now what the China player has to do, he has to scout. Another thing about the map, like all the starting sheep are located around your TC. There are no or almost no neutral sheep on the map. So you can just get like 12, 13 sheep if you circle around your base, and that's it. So since he collected all his sheep already, he is already here and scouting what's going on. The same thing is going for Power Zack. He has a lot of sheep on his cairn still, but he is going to scout now what's going on. And he should see that there is a barracks of the Chinese player. And right now he can see it. He can see the first spearman is already out. He can see the barracks. And he's aware, okay, the China player invested into a barracks. That means right now it's the 3-minute mark. The China player is not aging. So he is aware, okay, I have to make spearmen myself. But it's probably not possible to get up a tower. Like, tower rush here for Mongol is probably really good. But China can outmatch you without any problems. They can just supervise the barracks and they will just pump out these spearmen and they will outmass you. So, there's no attempt so far to go for a tower rush. He's just making a few spearmen, defending his Uwu and his forward foot here. He's already gathering on the deer. So, yeah. Both players are probably just going for the feudal age here. And we will see what's going on then. Where would I put the Barbican here as Chinese? So I think there are two options. Since you have food, berries and gold here, I think you can Barbican this area. You can secure the food, you can secure the gold, you can even secure the stone, and you have the wood in the back as well. You can also Barbican here maybe. You have the deer, you secure the second big gold. And you can also secure like more of the middle area. Because like this is a super defensive Barbican spot. But it defends a lot of area. That's the important part. So yeah, I think I personally would go like here maybe. So he cannot go in here. So all the important resources are protected. Berries, sheep, gold, stone and wood. Deer stone are already coming through. No age up yet from the China player. I expect him to start with the... I mean, it's 5 minutes and he's not aging, so he is really late on that department. He made some spearmen, he made a barracks, so... yeah. He decides to go with the Barbican on the left position. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you can put it maybe a little bit more up. If you have Spearmen on the field, you can maybe even try to put it more in the middle. The Mongol player has 4 Spearmen, but if the China player committed and tried to make the Barbican in the middle, he can probably just pump out 2 or 3 more Spearmen, just so you have even numbers. You can still fight with villagers as well. So yeah. But yeah, both players are heading into feudal age, and we will see what they're going to do. I think what Zek should do is he should just try to go for like a super fast castle age. He has the gem aura. As soon as he hits feudal age, he's on the deer, so he is really efficient with his villagers. We can already see he has 500 food in the bank. So if he's deciding to go for fast castle age, he could reach it like 8:30, 9-minute mark, and then he can maybe go for some man-at-arms. But again, the map is super small. You have to scout. It's so important. You have only sheep around your base in the beginning. The map is super small, so by the minute 3 mark, there's no reason for you to not scout what your opponent is doing. Your scout always has to be here for the Chinese player, or the Khan has to be here and see what he's doing. So we can see the Mongol player is putting down a blacksmith, and he's also putting down an archery range, so it looks like he's trying to be a little bit more aggressive here. I'm not sure if it's good to go into the early aggression against China, because the hand cannon slits defend really well. Also, the Barbican locks down this area, and the Barbican of the Sun, 5000 HP, so gonna be hard to take it down here. So the only point where he can attack is probably the top side, and again, that is like a good spot to attack, because all the resources are up here. But the China player is already going for an outpost, just to get some vision, and he has 2 villagers on stone, so he's probably about to upgrade the tower soon. And the Imperial Academy is being dropped. That means Song Dynasty is getting unlocked. That means he is pulling ahead economically, because a villager with Song Dynasty only takes 15 seconds to produce, while the Mongol player on the other side is producing villagers in 20 seconds. So right now he will start to pull ahead in economy. And we can see double archery range is being dropped. That means I expect to see some Shogunnu here. But on the other side we already have some archers. The stone is being used. And we can see already we have 6 archers here for the Mongol player, and so far we only have 2 spearmen for China. But with this tower, like, he has a big army lead at this point, but there's no point for him to attack right now, because the bottom side is locked down and the top side is protected by a tower, and the tower is getting upgraded. So right now at this point you need ramps, and that gives the China player a lot of time right now, because the Mongol player is not able to do any damage without getting siege engineering. He has siege engineering already, and he's floating some wood already, so I expect him to go for, yeah, to try to make a ramp push. But again, Shogunnu are a really strong unit, so he has no blacksmith upgrades yet, and these Shogunnu, they just crush archers. There are also no horsemen right now for the Chinese player, so PowerZek is making more spearmen, so these spearmen will end up being super useless here. And that's the problem, because he's not scouting. It's hard to scout because of the Barbican here, but you can still... The Khan has like, how much HP? I think it's like 130, no, 115. So you can still walk in, take 1 or 2 Barbican shots and get out. So you can see, okay, there's double archery range, there's no stable. So okay, I have to make no more spearmen. Because right now he has 8 spearmen already, he's making more, but there are no horsemen, so the spearmen will end up being completely useless. And we can see ramps are being built up. He's going into 3 ramps. He has no blacksmith upgrades yet, and the China player on the other side, he's just making Shogunnu. He's also supervising his archery ranges, so we can see 1 Shogunnu is being produced in 6 seconds. So by the time this ram attack will come in, the ranged units getting outmassed here from the China player already, and the spearmen, as I said, not gonna do too much. And the scout position here for Archivasum is great. He can see what's coming. He know, okay, there are a lot of spearmen, there are no horsemen. I can just go for full Shogunnu here, and he is also supervising his blacksmith. That's also something China can do. So these blacksmith armor and damage come in even faster. And we can see +1 is already being researched. So these Shogunnu will completely take down the entire Mongol army here. Again, on the Mongol side, we still have not a single blacksmith upgrade. So, I expect this fight to go really, really one-sided here. I don't see a point where the Mongol player is able to do something. He's pulling the spearmen into the rams. Better than losing them at this point, because there's no use for them. But yeah, we can see right now, we have 8 archers versus 23 Shuganu. The Shuganu are upgraded. No upgrades for the Mongol player. And we can see already, the army numbers are dropping super, super fast. So, the Mongol player invested 750 wood at this point to make 3 rams. And what did he achieve? He killed 1 tower, he killed 1 mining camp, and he killed 1 village. So that means he ends up getting 150 resources back, but he invested 750. So right now these rams are not going to do anything, and he has no standing army on the other side of the map. And right now he's going for triple stable, but you are aware that the China player already has a barracks since the Dark Age. So if the China player is scouting that, he is just going to make a lot of more spearmen for himself, and he will be super fine. Because right now it's 25 Shuganu versus no standing army. And there are no blacksmith upgrades on top of it. And we can already see the spearman got upgraded. And he is making more spearmen. So, I don't think he scouted it, because he has no scout on the field right now. So, he lost a scout. On this map it's super important to have information. Scouting information is always super important, but especially on a small map like this, you'd never want to lose your scout. So you either make one out of your ATC again, or you just play stable and you make a scout. But now he's moving out. He sees, okay, there's triple stable, and he's making more spearmen, so good reaction here on the other side. And we can see these Shuganu are almost one-shotting these horsemen, because they have the +1 damage upgrade. There is no ranged armor for the horsemen, and the horsemen are still early horsemen. So right now they only have 1 ranged armor. So they're getting completely demolished here by this Shuganu. Another wall coming in here for the China player, just to secure his base a little bit. But right now I don't think at this point you have to wall, because you have so much army on the field. And there's no way the Mongol player can attack you right now. Second and third barracks are coming through, because he scouted, okay, there are 3 stables. So he's aware, okay, I need more spearmen. But the Mongol player still not having any blacksmith upgrades. And yeah, the army numbers are speaking for itself. I guess we will see some siege engineering soon here for China to get rams going for himself. Siege engineering already researched. Missing the iron undermesh, but there are 11 archers compared to 28 Shuganu. So right now the China player should just move out here. And right now he's giving him time. The Mongol player secured this position, made 2 towers, is upgrading one of them, and he just gives him time. He lost his entire army here. So right now, what China should do, just move out way faster. On the other side, what the Mongol player can do at this point, first of all, you want blacksmith upgrades, and you should probably try to go for a lot of archers and horsemen. But again, the food is running dry. We can see we have 34 villagers here on food. These berries are forward. So he's aware, okay, I can probably not take these food sources. So he has to make a hard pasture switch. But he has to make army at this point, and he has to make a food transition. So that's why I was saying in the beginning of the video, I think what Mongol should do here is probably just go for a fast castle age. Maybe try to put a tower in the Dark Age with some spearmen. But as soon as you see that the Chinese player has a barracks, you should probably just give up on that attempt and just try to go up yourself fast. And I think fast castle age is probably the way to go here. Because China's economy is getting better. It's still even in the village account, but Song Dynasty should give you an economy lead. So, the biggest problems for the Mongols right now is he has 3 pastures. He's running out of food in just a second here, and he cannot get these forward resources. And now he has a lot of horsemen coming in, but there are 12 spearmen on the other side, and there are only 7 archer left. So the China player is targeting out, or targeted the archers in the beginning, so the spearmen can just clean the horsemen up. And there are also 2 rams working on these production buildings right now. And we can see there is no standing army again for the Mongol player. So he's about to pack up his buildings, drive it somewhere else, but where do you want to go? There's no space where you can be. You have no more food. At this point, you are super dead. So we can see a lot of idle villagers here. The China player is just pushing more and more. The villagers are starting to get down. And yeah, at this point the game is just over. So what should the Mongol player do different here? Again, you can try to go for Stark Age barracks. You can try to make a tower or even 2 towers, make some spearmen defend it, and just lock down some resources. So a tower here would have been great, for example. You can shut down the gold, here the mill and food here. You can shut down the food. You can also try to target, I mean, here's the barrack in here. You can still make a tower here, try to block the deers. But because the China player went for a barracks himself, you can probably not tower rush. And by the time you see that the China player is going for barracks, you can try to go for a fast feudal age. You can go for 1 archery range. You can double produce a few archers, and that should give you the army lead at this point, because if you see the China player is going for a barracks, you can go fast feudal age, you make an archery range, you double produce some archers, and then you can still try to make a tower, because by the time the China player won't be feudal age already. So, but overall, I think fast castle here for the Mongol player is the way. And this map is all about the sacred site in the middle, picking up the relics, and then it's about to be a siege fight. And Mongol is probably able to get more siege. We can see right now he's trying to go for the castle age here, but again, he has no army. He has about no food income anymore, and yeah, even if his castle age is getting through here, I see no chance. So yeah, that was the mountain clearing game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm looking for more videos to analyze. So if you have any game where you're like, okay, why did I lose this game? Drop it in the comments, let me know. I can watch your games and maybe it's your game I'm casting the next. So this game is about to be over in just a second here. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next time. Peace.